Do you know who I am? I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show, and guess what? We're doing another event. So if you missed the last one, you better get to this one. June 5th, 7 p.m., Sir John's in North White Plains, where the old school people know how to party. $50 for dinner, DJ, giveaways, raffles. Great fun, great music. Bring your dancing shoes and let's do this, baby. Get your tickets now. Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Real Talk. So my guest is having technical issues. It's always somebody that got to have technical issues. So bear with me. You're stuck with me until he comes back. He's working on it. And I don't know. We had the same issue the last time he was on. His audio didn't work. So I told him to go out and come back in again. So when I do bring him on, we have to see if we have testing. Is this mic working? Going on here. So thank you for tuning in to Real Talk with Karen Stacy. We are live on MiamiMicRadio.com. We are live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. For any of you that have not joined the group, please do so. You can also invite your friends. You hit that invite button. We're also live on the Karen Stacy page. Make sure you do your thumbs up on that one and turn your notifications on. And then, of course, we are live on YouTube and on Twitch on Real Talk Karen Stacy. Let me see here. It's asking, hold on, I can't get in. It's asking about a create broadcast. Give me a second. Not sure what's going on here. This is going to be tricky. I don't know. Let's see. This is the beauty of a live show. I can't fake that this ain't happening. So good evening, you guys. Happy Tuesday. This is 2 for Tuesday. So you guys, we did coffee talk this morning. And we were talking, somebody wanted to know if they, we were talking about, do you make New Year's resolutions, right? That was one of the things we were talking about. Then we were talking about the fact that, you know, so many people kind of got out of shape and all of that fun stuff over COVID. So we were talking about that. So we're here now. Carmela, thank you so much. Carmela is here. For anybody that does not know, Carmela is my moderator, and she is tagging all of you in. For those of you that follow the shows, if you know, it makes it a hell of a lot easier if you just go on those pages that I said. And if you have your notifications on, you don't even need to get tagged because you get an alert. But if you do want Carmela to tag you, you need to let her know because it's not easy remembering like 1,700 names to bring everybody in. You know what I'm saying? But we are fortunate because we have like the as we call it, the KS family, KS crew. So, you know, we are very grateful. Russell, good evening. I see you there. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you so much for sharing. Hi, Charles. You're in sunny Florida. Well, you know what? I don't feel as bad because I'm in sunny New York. The weather has been unbelievable. I love when I don't have to put a lot of clothes on. It feels really good. But it's hot today. And then I was doing a lot of cleaning and stuff. I got bleach all over me. My shirt is soaking wet because you know when you're cleaning stuff over the sink and somehow or another the water gets all over you. So yeah, I'm like soaking wet, but it actually feels kind of good because I'm hot. And plus that bleach smell, like, you know, I'll be dying tomorrow with my allergies, but you got to do what you got to do. And honestly, I haven't stopped until like now. And now Nick is having technical difficulties, which I don't know how to help him through. So this is, you know, bad. Let's see what happens, because he just messaged me. He couldn't get on, and he's not able to get on. So this is bad. We are waiting on you. Okay, well, let's hope that he gets it. So in the meantime, hi Tina Marie, how are you? Who else did I see here? Rosie, hi Michael Stamos, how are you? Oh, Lisa G in the place to be. What's going on? Skycap, my sweetheart, how are you? Well. What the hell is going on here? Good question, Ray. Good question. Let me see. Charles, I know it's been nice in New York the past few days. It really has. I mean, you have no idea how much we needed this. And I have to tell you, it feels like normal. Like the traffic is cuckoo-lookos. I've been outside, so there hasn't been, you know, crazy mask wearing, and it kind of like, it just feels like life, right? Yes, girl. I love going out with my Daisy Dukes. There you go. Yeah, beautiful in Philly too, right, Tina? I'm sure. It's just been, this weather is crazy. But, you know, again, we went from, you know, freezing to, it does my air conditioner work, you know, which I don't like that either, but it is what it is. Somebody's saying hello. I can't see your name, but hello. Nick can't get on. Get on what? A horse? A mechanic? Yeah, well, he's trying to get on the show, my love. So should I do like stand-up comedy while we're waiting for Nick to come on? So like two guys walk into a bar. No, I got nothing. Hey Gina, how are you? Well, you know what? While we're waiting for Nick to come on, let's talk about, you guys are probably tired of hearing it, but I don't really care. Hi Brenda. You're gonna keep saying it until I'm sold out, and then you won't have to listen to me anymore. But for those of you that are tuning in, and those of you that live in New York or want an excuse to come to New York, June 5th, we are doing, okay, hold on a second. Okay, this doesn't get better than this. June 5th, we are doing a dinner and dancing event. It is going to be at Sir John's in White Plains, New York. And it is 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. We have dinner. We have my awesome DJ. You got me, your hostess with the mostest. We got raffles. We have giveaways. And we may have surprises. You never know. Well, with me, it's always a surprise because you never know what the hell I'm going to do, right? So tickets are $50. You need to get your tickets ASAP. You can get them on Venmo at Karen Stacy, or you can get them on the Cash App, the $ Real Talk Karen Stacy. So don't forget about that. So I really am going to have to start like tap dancing or something, because I think that Nick is having difficulties. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not sure, because he's pissed off right now. My father always told me better to be pissed off than pissed on, but nonetheless, I'm going to be, I mean, listen, I can work off the fly no matter what, but it is what it is. Rosie, went to my old neighborhood in the Bronx today, and the traffic was horrendous. Yep, we are back to life. The traffic has been horrendous, though, and the traffic is always horrendous from Westchester to the Bronx. I mean, it's so funny. When I first moved out, when I lived in the Bronx, I used to work in Westchester, and it used to take forever for me to get from the Bronx to Westchester, and it was 10 minutes, and I was late for work all the time, and he never wanted to hear it, right? And I never understood it. And then one of my girlfriends that lived in Lower Westchester, she lived in Yonkers, I was like, come down, by me. She's like, forget about it. I go, why? And then it was funny because then when I moved to Westchester, I was like, now I know. Like, if I got to go down to the Bronx to go get my father or something, you have no idea. I could be in the car for like over an hour for a trip that's, like 20 minutes. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So, yeah, and traffic is crazy. They're still doing construction. They got those planks on the roads now. Like, why? You got to drive on the opposite ends of the street in order to, look, my nose is all itchy from the bleach. You got to ride on the opposite side of the street because all these, things, these grids are there. I mean, it's insane. But yeah, we are definitely kind of sort of back to normal. Let's impromptu go live with Carmela, or she has a reason the ticket info isn't on the screen. Yeah, Skycap, you're right. I do need an assistant on that one. If you piss on me, it's gonna piss me off. I'm confused. Okay, right. This is why I don't read what you write on the air. Who's here tonight? Check in with me. I'm really like at a disadvantage here. I'm going to be really honest with you because my guest is not on. So I signed on beforehand and he was there and there was no audio. Let's go over the music playlist for the event and how much fun it's going to be. Hey, let's call Danny Terrio and do a Dance Fever reunion and go live. Oh my goodness. That would be disco though. And I'm not a disco girl. Hi, Giselle. I'm not a disco girl, Michael. I'll listen to disco, but first of all, I don't know how anybody disco dances because even though I like enjoy, like the disco dancing type of thing, you know what? I'm out, I'm drinking, and if I'm drinking and you're spitting me, it doesn't work well. So disco, you're out and in, spin, spin, spin. I'm like, okay, I'm good now. So yeah, that doesn't work. But well, you know what? We played a little bit of everything, right? We did freestyle. We did some of I like techno too. We did a little bit of everything. Brenda said I'm a rock girl. Me too. I did a little old school stuff when we first started, like background music and all of that. I did not play any rock though, which, I wouldn't mind playing, but it's not always well received in that, environment. Let me see who else is on here. So just for an FYI for you guys, I'm supposed to have Nick Christopher's on. And I can't get back to where I was. It won't let me. Okay. So I don't know what to do here because I feel really bad for him. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can invite him again while I'm on here. I don't know if like it loses the screen. I don't know if you guys can, if you hear me, you see me. I don't know. Come on, baby. Come on. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. All right. Did you guys lose me or what? I just sent him the invite again because he couldn't do it. I hope I didn't lose you guys. I'm sorry if I did. I'm doing my best here. This is what happens when you do a live show and things happen. Hi, Ed. Good evening. How are you? Listen, share out the video. I mean, I know I don't have my guest or anything, but even still, the numbers are like, you know, they're better when I wake up in the morning. Boom, there's my peeps. Ideas like that are why I like Tuesday nights. Skycap. Let me see. I only like one disco song, Let's Groove by the whoever's. Let's Groove tonight. That one, Sky? I don't know the rest of it. I see it. He's coming. He's coming. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if it works. And I apologize to everybody that I just drove absolutely crazy. I feel like I was doing like the time step, you know, beforehand. Hey, Eunice, how are you? Gina, don't go breaking the internet again. Yeah, I know, right? All right, let's see if I can get Nick on. All right, you ready? Poor guy. Nick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there it is, and it's perfect.
I was going to smash the computer in a minute.
See how easy that was?
I know, but I was about to kill somebody. I got really aggravated.
Yeah, well, I was kind of a fish out of water for the past 18 minutes trying to keep everybody entertained and try to text you at the same time. So that was fun.
I apologize. I don't know what's going on. It was just, I'm sorry about that.
It happens. It's not, you know.
No, it shouldn't happen. That's the point.
Well, you know, if I had, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know, that's, you know, neither here nor there, right? So anyway, you made it now. I warmed everybody up for you. Believe me, they couldn't wait for you to come on. They're like, oh, Jesus Christ, is this girl going to freaking, like, you know, stop talking? How are you, Nick?
I'm doing better now that I see you. I'm doing good.
You know, you know, I get it. It's very frustrating when the internet and everything else doesn't work. It's very frustrating. So I feel your pain. But yeah, you did it. You did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why you're a writer. You stick to pen and paper, right?
Yeah, something simple.
Yeah, right. I know. That's that always works. All right. So for anybody that is just tuning in, this is Nick Christophers, and he is a journalist and an author. He's been on the show before, and he came back on because he has some exciting news. Nick, did you share this video so that your people are able to watch it?
Yeah, well, I will. I mean, you mean right this minute, you mean?
Well, if they want to watch the show, if you share it after the show, then they're not going to be able to comment and be a part of it. So do you have your phone next to you where you can do that? And then this way your people, because we want to get as many people on the show as possible so that they can hear what you have to say.
Well, granted, okay. I don't want to screw anything up. That's why I'm afraid to touch anything.
Well, are you on your phone right now or you're on your computer?
On the phone.
Oh, you're on the phone. Okay. Yeah. I gotcha. So that's why you're afraid if you touch it, something may happen. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, then we apologize in advance then to your listeners because they're probably looking to watch it on your page. And I can't, the only thing I can do is try to tag you in it, or even somebody can tag you in it. But I don't know. But okay, it is what it is. Anyway, so talk to us, Nick. Tell us what exciting news you have going on right now. But just in case anybody didn't see our previous show, just give them a little recap so that you know they know where you're coming from and who you are.
Okay. Like I said in the last show, I've published 4 books. The one that Karen is speaking of is Destinies, which we are in the process of putting it to film. We have, from script to screen, pretty much. We have a lot of actors that are involved in it that you guys probably already know. I mean, actors you're familiar with. I mean,
Okay.
so to give you a little background, as you mentioned, I've been writing for years. All my published books are on a similar subject, which is the mob, the mafia, and different aspects of it. Not just the Italians. I speak about the Greeks, the Albanians, the Irish, all down the line, Jewish, whatever. So I don't just one particular group.
You're not prejudiced.
Yeah, don't want to leave anybody out. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. I also, maybe I didn't mention this last time, I don't remember, but I also run my own company called Nick Christopher's Inc. And I interview people in the entertainment industry, actors, singers. I submit to like 8 different publications, different articles. I've been doing that for 20 some odd years, outside of writing books.
Okay.
So I don't think I ever mentioned that before. I don't think I did.
You did.
No, yeah. So I mean, I've interviewed people like, for example, I did a story about Oprah Winfrey. I did a lot of articles on the cast of Sopranos. There's just so many different people. Chris Angel, who's a magician, has that show Mind Freak.
Yep.
I know him well. I grew up with him. So I did a story about his brother who works with him. Another, kind of a big name. So I've been doing that for a very long time, but I love writing books more than anything. And speaking of what we discussed earlier, the movie right now is, it's in pre-production. So we're just getting the buzz creating. We got a producer that I'm working with, Charlene Hum from Backlot Studios in Florida. She's taking care of the production, getting things together to make it happen. Right now, we got about, 10 or 15 actors already on board. We got I could pretty much give you the names. Lou Venaria, he was in The Bronx Tale. He played Crazy Mario. He's involved. Al Sapienza, who was in Sopranos. He was in House of Cards, a lot of other projects. The last Capone movie, he was in that too. Al Linea was in Boardwalk Empire. Artie Pasquale, who I think you already know. I think you had him on your show, I think, Artie. He's in The Sopranos too and a bunch of other projects. Okay. He'd be a great guy to interview, by the way.
Yeah.
So right now we're looking to hopefully get 2 other bigger actors. William Forsythe, who was in Gotti and some other projects, and Armand Asante, who's actually a friend of mine. We're hoping to get him involved as well. So it's moving along. It's a process. It takes a very long time to do.
Absolutely. And then what about so now how does your book now become a script? Who does that? Do you turn it into a script, or how does that happen?
Well, it's already adapted to a screenplay already. That's why we're up to this point already.
Okay. How does that happen? How do you adapt it into a screenplay? How do you do that?
Well, I didn't do it myself. I'm not a screenwriter. So I had a friend of mine, Peter Papageorgiou from Vegas, who's done screenwriting before, and he did the screenplay for me. We worked together on it. So, but it was a kind of a new experience for me because I write books and screenplays are totally different animals.
Right. Right. But you gotta take 15 paragraphs and turn them into 2 lines.
Exactly. You're 100% right. It's a very complicated thing because there's no description involved. You're just saying, okay, exterior, this is happening here, and then the dialogue, and that's it.
Yep.
So
it's a totally different animal. Because as a writer, you're developing the everything, and on the screen, since you're physically there, it's ready made, so to speak. So you're not creating that same picture in somebody's head.
Yeah, pretty much. I went through it with Peter, and it was a very interesting experience for me because, like you said, it's a totally different animal. So it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot of how this thing is put together.
Cool.
And the screenplay was kind of long. It was like 160 pages. When in reality, most screenplays, when they go to like made a film, they're supposed to be only about 120 pages, really, because technically every page equals a minute of a scene of the page.
Okay.
That's how they technically supposed to go.
Okay.
So
your movie is set to be like 7 hours.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, like 180 pages is long. You're talking about like what? It's all over 2 hours. And for a first film, it's hard to do that. So regardless, it's I don't want to take. It was actually originally 180 pages. I broke it down to 160, which wasn't easy because you don't want to lose the story. So when you keep taking out stuff, you're losing parts. Like people that have read the book are not going to see some things that are in the project in film because we couldn't fit everything in there.
Yeah,
it's just not possible unless you're Martin Scorsese and you got $20 million. Yeah, you can do it.
Well, but I would imagine also, that it's also like the actors that can portray the words that aren't being said. You know what I mean? Like in this sense of you can create more of a picture as opposed to in a book where you have to create the picture in someone's mind. So you have to be so much more detailed. But in a movie screen, you're watching the character. You're believing in the character. So sometimes you get the messages that aren't physically being, verbalized.
Exactly. I mean, doing it on the screen is a little bit easier because you already have the scene, everything's there. You don't have to describe nothing because it's right there. So in a book, like you said, it's a little bit difficult because you're right. The people a book is very successful only if the person who's reading it can visualize it.
Right.
In their head.
Right.
If, like they always said, in the first chapter or the first couple of pages, if you can't grab the reader, forget about it. Ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with a screenplay, actually.
Yeah.
If the director reads it, like right now, we're going to be looking for directors soon. But until we get our budget completely down, that's what the producer is doing right now. She's working on the budget. And the way they normally do that is they do it scene by scene, where they got to figure out, okay, how much money is this going to cost? Huh. What is this? What kind of car do we need? What kind of area? How much is this going to cost? So they got to put all these little things into order, so we know when we go to the investors, okay, look, we're going to need this X, Y, and Z. So we really have to have all our ducks in a row, so they know exactly what they're getting into.
A lot of moving parts.
Oh, forget it. I mean, I don't. This is very new to me because I never did a film project. So I'm learning a lot as I go along, and it is a very complicated, time-consuming. You want to get it out like yesterday, but doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just really happy that we have a lot of good actors that have got a lot of background. Guys from Sopranos, guys from Boardwalk Empire, from Broxdale. So we have some pretty good people on board. I'm very happy with.
Right.
I know the only issue, funny as it may seem, Karen, women are the hardest part. The actresses that I do need now more than anything is women. I have all men. It's nuts. I'm trying to get women. I got a couple.
Well, in the mob, that's good, but.
No, but the main character of the project is a woman.
Well, I may be available.
I would think so. I mean, you got the look, you got the voice, you got it. You never know.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
What? Hang on one second, Nick. I'm looking at the comments. Guy Captain is he's looking up some stuff, and so he said ask him how he got into this whole thing. And yes, I want exact dates, Nick. So I don't know if he means how did you get into the movie aspect or how you got into writing. I'm not sure.
Well, maybe he means film because he's probably thinking he's an author. How did he get into the film thing?
Okay.
Well, that kind of happened accidentally. My friend Lisa Panagos, who's an
Yeah.
actress, singer in California, she linked me up with Charlene Hum, the producer, the current producer.
Okay.
Um, Lisa read my script. She liked it. She's actually in the project.
Okay.
And so one woman, there's one of the women, and she hooked me up with Charlene, and then me and Charlene started talking. She looked at my script, and she said she wanted to produce it. I said okay, and that's how it kind of came about. And we're doing things, trying to do things the right way, and so I'm God willing, if everything goes well, maybe if the investors jump on board, which I think they will, because it's a good script, it's a good story. I think hopefully maybe next year we'll start filming, possibly. Hopefully sooner. I don't know.
You know, a lot of people do not realize, you know, the backstage aspect of everything. And there are, like we were saying, there's a lot of moving parts, and you know, there's so many things that go into making it. I mean, look at these films, like why it's years that they're in filming and such, because you know there's so many things that go into it. Look, I mean, they go in each chapter, if you will, right, so that they can figure out each scene, so that they know what they need for each scene. That's, you know, just that alone, like, and I know, like, so like that's, I don't know, I guess everybody has a job that they enjoy, right? That would make me want to shoot myself, because it's like, you know, going into those things, you know what I mean? So it's like you have to respect people that do these things, like even like for you, how they turned it into a screenplay from your book. Like, I can imagine, I mean, I'm not like, you don't seem like that type of person, but it's your baby, it's your work. And it's like, what do you mean? No, but that, because they have to take all these parts out, right? So you're probably like, and you have to like kind of shush up, because they're grabbing, you know, from wherever they're grabbing, right? And they're the ones that are gonna kind of recognize the things that are gonna pull people in, right? So,
well, it's funny. It's funny you say that, because it is exactly what kind of happened. Because what happened, the book initially, the main character was a woman, like I said, and the supporting character was the man that she falls in love with, the mobster, and then there was the son, who comes later on. Ironically, the person who read the script, Charlene and Lisa, and there was another individual that came into the picture, who said to me, "You got to change the direction of the project." I'm like, "What?" So I said, "Okay, what am I supposed to do?" So I was open to suggestions. So they told me that it would be best to revert to the son and use the son as a more important role in the project, rather than the mother.
I think I remember you mentioning this last show.
So so the screenplay did get changed. It got changed where it was from that angle. More, I mean, everything's still there, but it's really from his point of view. Because what you just said earlier, how you want something where it's going to grab the audience, right? So we wanted, this other individual mentioned to me that it's better to give it more of a human touch, something that people can relate to even more.
Right.
And I said, okay, I like the idea. So I went along with it. So, like you said, 20 pages got ripped out of it to begin with in the beginning. Now, more is going to be taken out, I'm sure, because once what happens normally with this situation is when the screenplay gets to the director, I got to be prepared for more things going to come out, because he's going to look at it and say, wait a minute, he or she will say, well, you know what? We got to take this out. We got to move this over here. I know it's going to happen. And like you said, it is my baby, but I got to learn to adjust that this is eventually going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I give you credit, because you know, it's not easy, you know, to kind of just relinquish and go, okay, you know best.
Well, I'm not going to have too much. I mean, I'll have a little bit of a choice, because I'll be also executive producer, but the director is, he's the one who's going to put this thing really together. So I have to try to be a little bit, how you say, flexible
Yep.
because I do want to see this come to life.
Right.
Really.
And again, the thing is that you don't have this kind of experience. You only have you're an author. You're not a screenwriter. So for
Right.
them, like you kind of, which is, I mean, I give you credit because you're like not blindly, but you have to like almost blindly follow, because what you're bringing to the table is not the same thing that they're bringing to the table. So you have to like kind of like close your eyes and just let go and say and trust them, right? So like that's something that we don't do, right? We don't trust people. So it's hard, to do that because you're basically out of your element. You know what your what the whole storyline and everything is, but they're magnifying it and they're turning it into something very different, right? So I mean, I'm sure it's exciting, you ride the wave on it, but it's definitely got to be unnerving and overwhelming a little bit.
Yeah, it is, but I'm like I said, I'm trying to, like you said, close my eyes and just trust the fact that they know what they're doing, and it's gonna, regardless of what parts get taken out, that it's still the essence of it will still be there, so people can enjoy it.
Right.
And I think it'll be a good project, whether parts are taken out or not. If, like I said, if the essence of the story is still there, I think people will enjoy it. It's a different kind of a mob story. It's not the typical thing. It's
Right.
very different. It's not like, hey, how you doing? It's none of those things. It's a totally different approach to. It's more of the story is more of a family thing. Like, how does the son deal with who his father is? What happened to his mother? It's more of that kind of angle rather than,
the killing you in the street thing.
Right. It's, yeah. I guess, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, that makes, it makes sense. And again, it's like, when I used to perform, right? And if you screwed up, like, let's say you were doing a solo and you forgot a step and you did something else and then you picked back up again at the music or whatever, nobody knows that you missed that except maybe the choreographer. So it's kind of like with the book, nobody's going to know anything was missing unless they read the book. And
Right.
then they're going to be looking for those things, but it's still following it. But anybody that ever sees the movie after they've read the book never ever says it was just like the book. They always say, oh my God, there was so much that wasn't in there, right? So I think it's par for the course. So as long as the movie is entertaining and like, you're saying the storyline is going to capture you, if somebody really enjoyed it and they want more details, obviously they can read the book because it's going to be a little bit of a different, play out, so to speak. But most of the times when you're watching the movie, it's never the book.
Well, sometimes that's true. I mean, there's one good example would be The Godfather. When Mario Puzo wrote The Godfather and the movie came out, it was pretty much on point of the way the book was done.
Okay.
That was like a rarity that you get a book that's
so. It was also like a 17-hour movie, that movie, right? Isn't that a long movie, The Godfather? All of them are long, no?
Oh yeah, well yeah. If I remember, I don't.
I mean,
I think over 2 hours. Yeah, they're like over 2 hours, something like that. But it was Puzo, because Puzo worked very well with Francis Coppola when they did the first Godfather. So I think Coppola was willing to follow the book exactly the way it is from beginning to the end. So when people that read the funny thing is the book sold very well, The Godfather, before it became a project, a
Okay.
film. But after the film was made, he did better after it was made because then people got curious. Like you said, people who didn't read the book wanted to read the book now to find out. So that is what the reason why I really did the film, wanted to do this, because I got advice from another author. And he said to me, he says, Nick, the best way to sell a book, to really sell a book, is make it into a film.
Hmm.
That's when you will do better than before. So I'm taking his advice. So I'm like, okay, let's see what happens.
All right. Well, and if his advice sucks, we'll all beat him up in another couple of years.
You got that right.
I want to say thank you for everybody for tuning in tonight to Real Talk with Karen Stacy. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy page on Facebook. Hit that thumbs up button. We are live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. Make sure you join the group. Make sure you invite your friends. We are live on YouTube and on Twitch on Real Talk Karen Stacy. And with me today is the author and journalist, Nick Christophers. And he is here talking to us about one of his books that is becoming a film. So I just want to read. So Skycap said, last thing I'll say before I relentlessly hound you on Twitter for an autograph, sir. Karen Stacy is such a classy and impressive actress. I would highly recommend. No bias. Oh my God, you're so silly. I thought he was trying to say he wanted an actual autograph and that he couldn't get a hold of you. You're so funny, Sky. Let me see.
That's not a bad idea, Karen.
Karen Stacy for Destiny's lead actress. Maria is here. She says hello.
Hi, Maria.
Eunice,
hi, Carmela.
Let me see. I just want to see if anybody else. All right, let me see. Serious question. Has Nick ever watched the film Misery?
No.
Negative. No. Okay, let me see. Hi, Emily. What was that?
That's a horror film, isn't it? Misery? Oh, no.
Couldn't read. What's that? What's the difference? Awesome. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to see if there are any. I don't want to miss any, sometimes I miss some comments. So Lala said, hi, Lala. Mr. Christophers has written with Johnny
Daylight.
Altieres. He's gone to him, whose project for funding Johnny won't pass a good opportunity. Not sure what that says. With Johnny
A-Light. I know who she's talking about.
Oh yeah. Okay. A-Light. Okay.
Yes.
She's asking if you went to him for funding because she said that John won't pass up a good opportunity. That's what she was saying. Okay. Sorry.
Johnny's funding himself. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Johnny's a good friend. Yes, I know who he is.
Okay. Let me see. Just trying to see if I missed anybody. Okay. I think we got everything. Okay. Yes. For anybody, Nick, do me a favor. Tell everybody. Well, first of all, hold on a second. Here's the thing. Guess who's coming to the event on June 5th?
Me.
Nick is going to be there. So you want a book, you want it autographed, get your ass to North White Plains on June 5th so you can meet Mr. Nick. Nick is like me. Me and Nick are meant to be because we got Karen Stacy and we got Nick Christopher. So we got two people with two of the same names. So, and the funny thing was that I called him Christopher the first time, or Chris, the first time we had talked, and I didn't realize, because I just did it quickly. And I said to him, oh my God, I did to you what everybody does to me. Everybody calls me Stacy. And so he said, "That's all right, Stacy. Don't worry about it." So, you know, we that was like, I think the first conversation we had was screwing up your name.
That's okay.
But yeah, so for anybody that I'm going to see Karen, I guess I'll say hi to Nick too. Yeah, so when and if if you guys, well, I think anybody that got the book from our crew, if they didn't get it from like Amazon or whatever, you did send them autographed copies personally, right?
That's correct.
So for anybody that didn't do that and ordered on Amazon or hasn't gotten the books yet, come on June 5th and you can get an autographed copy. You can even take a picture or a video of him autographing it for you, so that when his book when the movie comes out and then his book blows up, now you're gonna be like, that Karen Stacy, like, who's the lead in this movie. No, I'm only kidding. That Karen Stacy. That's where I got that's where I got my autographed copy. So you'll remember the little people in your life when you get big.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness, this is funny. Somebody is watching. Ed said, watching from the rooftop of Sign of the Whales in Stamford. Cheers. Good for you. Tell everybody in Stamford. Put it up really loud, Ed. Let me give a shout out. Hi, everybody in Stamford. You're listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy.
Oh, boy.
Tell everybody to come. Go work up a table, Ed. Tell everybody to come on June 5th. Oh, and Emily said she ordered too. She said, got my book. Thank you. Yeah, I know quite a few of the listeners had ordered from you. So I don't know. I guess you signed them all. So
yeah. And Emily, I'm not sure about. I don't think so.
Emily Brooke, I'm not sure. Emily, did Nick, did you order directly from Nick or did you order from Amazon? I think that she is coming on the 5th as well. So if she's coming, if you come, Emily, bring the book with you if in case because he doesn't recall signing that for you. So we need to get you that book signed because he's going to be too famous for us in another year or two. He's not going to know.
I wish.
I'm teasing. Let me see. I'm just seeing if she's answering me. Emily Carlucci. So, I don't know if but she's not. Emily, did you get it directly from him or did you order on Amazon, babe? Okay. That's her middle name. Okay, gotcha. See, we got all these people, all of us that have two names. So I'm getting very confused. Somebody else is saying hi. Hi. So Nick, why don't you tell everybody all of the names of all of your books so that just in case they're interested.
Okay, sure. I mean, Destinies is the first one, the one you just mentioned that's becoming a film. The second one was Prison Rules, which I did with Johnny A. Light, that young lady mentioned a minute ago. The third one was Mafia Ties, the Greek Syndicates, which is about the Greek mob. And the fourth book is part 2 of Destinies, which is No Honor Among Thieves. So those are the 4.
There you go. So again, if you guys are coming on June 5th, are you going to bring some books with you, Nick?
I'm going to do my best.
Okay. And if he doesn't have the books that you want, you can always order them. But he can give you an autograph regardless. It might not be in the book, but you can shove it in there, shove the page in there, and that'll be it. No, he still needs to sign it. Okay, so you didn't sign Emily's. You have a good memory, Nick. So you're gonna bring it then on Saturday so he can autograph it for you, babes.
Yeah, that can be done. Sure.
So Michael, you're gonna meet Michael. Well, I call him Michael Stamos, but his name is Michael Stamis. And he said those crazy Greeks. So you're going to get to meet him. He's coming on Saturday, June 5th as well. So we'll have 2 crazy Greek men in the house. So That should be interesting.
Yeah, with a bust.
Well, that's what you think. No, Michael was making some Greek dessert yesterday. We were filming it.
Oh, really?
Well, I wasn't filming it. They were filming it. And it looked like the equivalent of Zeppelis. It was, I forgot what he called it. And it was like a fried doughy thing. And then I think he put like honey stuff over it. Michael, what was it called again?
Oh, baklava.
No, it wasn't. No. Oh, Luca Mathis. Luca.
Oh, look at this.
Luca Mathis. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love those. Those are great.
They looked really, really good.
They are. I'll bring you some.
Oh my God. That, and what was the thing that you thought it was before him that you just said?
Oh, baklava.
Yes. And I love that too. But what's the one that has like the phyllo dough and it has the honey and the nuts and everything? What's that called?
Oh, that's got the ifi.
Is that it?
That's a different one.
I know. I want them all.
All right, I'll bring you one of each.
I love those. And then there's a couple of really delicious Greek desserts, I have to say. Anything that's like wet like that with the honey and the nuts and everything. Oh my God. And then cream. There's one that has honey, nuts, and cream. What's that?
Which one, hon? I'm sorry.
Oh, Michael just said bird's nest. There's one that has like honey, nuts, and there's like a cream. Monkey bread? No. I can't. This was like 100 years ago. Friends of mine used to get it in like Astoria or whatever in Queens. Can't remember it, but I used to like die for this stuff. What do you guys have that has like a creamy gala?
Oh, gala. Yeah, gala.
Is that what it is? What? Tell me what is that?
Exactly what you just said. Oh. It's got a cream, some nuts, and a little phyllo dough. It's like, it looks like a little how can I explain? It looks like a lasagna, but it's sweet. It looks like that. It's like a square thing.
It has the honey, so it's wet. Okay, I want that.
Okay, no problem.
I want that one too. I want them all. Those are all so delicious. We're talking about Greek desserts, Lala. Nick is Greek, and Michael Stamos is Greek. So that was that phyllo, custard, nuts, and honey. Yeah, right. That's the one. Yeah, Sky Cap, I'm telling you, I haven't had that in, I can't even tell you how many decades, and I can taste that in my mouth right now. It is so good.
Okay.
I don't remember who I even went with now that I'm thinking about it, but it was also, I'm bringing a goat, Michael said. That's great. Boy, I'll gain like 100 pounds that night because the food at Sir John's is really good too. So that and the sweets, I'll be good to go.
No, I'll definitely bring you some for sure.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I love that. Do you cook? Do you make it, or because Michael was baking?
I'm not a baker. I can cook. I'm not baking. That's not my thing. My mom did it all the time, but I never learned how to do it. It's very hard. It's not easy to make those things.
See, bad. You should have learned how to do that.
You know, I can cook everything else. I can make you steak. I can make you fish.
You know what? It's hard though, because sometimes when you're just not into it, you're not into it. You know what I mean? Like, like baking is a real, science. So you have to really follow directions and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's a little bit different than, like cooking, because cooking, you put a little of this, you put a little of that, but when it comes to baking, you have to be more precise or the whole thing comes out terrible.
Well, yeah, like if you cooking old Italian pastries or Greek pastries, you got to really follow it and have a lot of patience, because it's a lot of. I've seen my mother do it. It's a lot of work. It's not easy.
You lose me after like 5 ingredients. I'm like, wait, how many more things? I mean, like I was making cookies like a month ago, my father was over, and after like 17 bottles of wine, I wanted something sweet. So I said, I'm gonna make cookies because I didn't have anything. I don't keep sweets in the house. So I'm making them, and my father's like, how much more stuff are you putting in there? But I really wasn't. It was just, you got to add a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, there's a little bit of that. So, but he's like, oh my God, how much you put in there? And I didn't put that much in. It was very simple. It was like flour, egg, but you got to put a little baking soda, so there's, pinch of salt, this and that. So it looked like a lot, I guess, from where he was sitting, but I don't like to do that much. See you on the 5th, Nick. Proud of you, Emily just said.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. No, see, we have some awesome people that follow the show. So, and like I said, they have all gotten, a lot of them have gotten your book. I have to go to a special market to get the ingredients, Michael Stamos said.
Yeah, I don't know where he's located, but Astoria is the best place to get it. To get ingredients. It's not even so much the ingredients, not that it's that many. The problem is just making the actual whatever you're making, whatever gazaburico, baklava, katifi, which any one of those things. It's not even so much how many ingredients you need. It's just putting it, just to put it all together. It's a process, and you have to have a lot of patience. It's amazing how my mother at her age now, late 70s. I was in Florida about 2 weeks ago to go see my parents for Greek Easter, and she cooked. She baked some dessert. How she had the patience at her age to still do this, it blew my mind.
Yeah, let's see. Russell just said, my mom's 100% Greek. She does her Greek cooking on Christmas and during the Greek Orthodox Easter. She learned from the best when my Grammy was still here with us.
Yeah, that's where you learned it from. Old grandma.
You know what? And I have to say that is the thing that saddens me the most is when traditions aren't passed down. Because you got to learn, if you're lucky enough to learn from the great grandparents or whatever, you got to pass that down so that, because those flavors, right? Like you could just take a bite of something and it brings you back to 50 years ago.
Sure.
So, it's really, it's a crazy thing. I wish that I had all of the recipes and everything that my grandmother had and everything, but it's crazy because my grandmother had 8. My father is one of 8, and but nobody wrote recipes down. It was like you put a little bit of this, you put a little bit of that, but so you try to find that taste because you miss that.
It's true what you said. It's nowadays traditions and culture of that type are very rare to find right now. It's unfortunate, but it is true. Us Greeks, as far as I know, we pretty much still carry on that tradition and culture. All my cousins, they all bake, they all cook. Everybody, we all know how to do it. Pretty much, my sister, they all know how. But I think after our generation, I don't know what's going to happen after that.
Well, I hope that, they teach their children and there's, that they'll continue it. That's all we can hope for.
Well, we hope so. I'm not sure about that.
So Skycap said, business idea for Nick. Do cameos, but you just pronounce those things we want to order and we just play it back on the phone. So I guess you say name all those desserts that we want, and then you just play it for somebody when you go to pick it up. That's hysterical. Lala, the best is at Christmas when everybody brings the family specialty with a recipe to share. That is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Maybe I'll just bring copies of the recipes.
Well, I want the actual real thing, but I will take.
Oh, you will.
I'll take a recipe though too. So now, where are we in terms of, so what else are we, what's on the front, lines now with the movie? I mean, it's just kind of, you're just getting all the ducks in the row right now, and it's just going to keep taking off.
Well, the producer, her game plan, the way she's doing this to get investors interested, there's two different ways she's doing this.
Okay.
The first way is getting the actors, which we pretty much got a lot of good actors involved. Because investors, the way it kind of works is,
yep,
we show them they want to see who's attached to the film.
Yep.
That's the most important, very important thing.
Yep.
If the screenplay, they got to read that, see if it's any good.
Yep.
And then what the other part that she's doing right now that's becoming very popular with a lot of filmmakers nowadays,
okay,
is social media, believe it or not.
Of course.
What she's using is, we created a distinctive Destiny's movie page. Destiny's the Movie. We have a Facebook page called Destiny's the Movie, and we're trying. Our goal is try to get as many members. I think you're one of them. To get as many members as on board to follow us in this journey from screenplay to scream. So all these people that become members of the page, they will also. We want them to also become a part of this whole thing, whole project. So as the numbers grow, we can go to the investor and say, hey, look, we got whatever, X amount of thousand people that are interested in seeing this project come to life. So that's another incentive. That's another incentive for the investors, because they're saying, look at all these people that want to see this thing, become real. So that's another aspect that she's using to, entice them.
Well, I tell my listeners all the time that numbers are very important. So, if I go to somebody and I say, okay, well, I like X, Y, and Z, they're going to say to me, okay, well, how many followers do you have here? Or how many followers do you have there? And it doesn't really matter whether these followers have no idea who the hell you are or not. As long as the number is there, that's all they care about. So that's why I say to people, like, I love my listeners. They're here loyally, day in, day out. They stay for the whole show, which you don't really see much.
No.
But, people want to see that you have, all they're going to look at is your Instagram, and you got, 100,000 people. And yes, then they're going to go, okay, you could suck, but we're going to support you because look at all the people that are supporting you.
Well, the only problem with that, Karen, is that, for example, I was in the music business for 10 years. I was a promoter, and I learned a lot how sneaky some people get. When it comes to numbers.
Yeah, they pay for their numbers too. Absolutely.
Exactly. We could do that. We could do that. But we don't want to do that. We want to be as organic as possible, because we don't want to be fake, because these numbers that you can, in other words, like you just said, we can buy these members.
Yeah.
But these so-called members are not really going to be active on the page. Right. They're just going to be a number. Yeah. So like with your show, all your listeners are organic. They're real. They're not something you buy. So we're not going to do that. No way. And
you know what? I get that, but to be honest with you, the scary part is that a lot of people don't really care if they're organic or not. They want it's a numbers game. So when she's trying, I agree with you, and I live my life and I do the same thing. Everything I do is organic. I don't buy listeners. I don't even make nice to people I don't like for them to follow me. I don't care. You don't like me? Okay. Don't follow me. But, the other thing that I would say is that in your group, you're saying that because, these people have been handpicked, so to speak, that they're all going to participate. That's not true. I have a lot of people on my group that, I mean, I have thousands of people. I don't have thousands of people engaging on my posts and everything else. So, you know, people are only as involved as they want to be. You're going to get those people that are going to get involved, that are going to support you, that are going to want to see you do well. But a lot of times, sadly, if you rely on the social media aspect of it, you can crash and burn too, because it's a dog eat dog. So there are a lot of people out there that aren't doing it the quote unquote right way, right? But they got the numbers.
No, I agree. It does. It's a finicky thing. Like it depends how it's. I guess it's your person's personality or how they want to go about things. Like you and I, we
Yep.
kind of like want to go about things the right way, the organic way, where we know it's real.
Right.
Because even if I know it's not, if I know it's not real, just for myself, it would bother me. Because I'd be like, these. So how do I know who are the real people that really are interested in what I'm doing?
When you figure out how you know when the real people are real, write a book on it, because the rest of us need to figure that out too. Because when I tell you that I thought that there were a lot of real people being real, and then I got real surprised because they really weren't. So again, in this business, especially now, you're crossing the line now, because you're out of the author thing. Now you're in the film industry. People sell their souls to the devil for an iced cappuccino. So unfortunately, I know what you're saying, and I'm with you. And trust me, even today, I was like struggling, because it pisses me off when you see all of these people getting ahead and they do it exactly the way you and I don't want to do it, but they get there. And they will step on anybody in the process, right? So we always want to think that karma, will shine. And I think it does, but unfortunately it's very tricky, because if you're going off of using social media and trying to build up those numbers, and like you said, we want to do it organically. I want people to know what my group is called, right? I mean, you know what? You were guilty of it too. Everybody calls it the Karen Stacy Show. I got to start doing a show called the Karen Stacy Show, because that's what everybody calls it, and that's not the name of my shows. But that's what people say. But still, at least you know what my name is, right? So that's, better than nothing, right? It's better than Stacy.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's very tricky, and it's very hard for the good people to get ahead, because when you do things with ethics, it takes a hell of a lot longer to climb up that mountain, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, it's true. I mean, like all the actors that are now involved with this project right now, you see them on the Destiny's the movie page.
Yep.
All those people that I picked, that I approached, are all people that have given back to me, that they've proven themselves to me. In other words, I did something for them, they did something for me. I mean, in the past, they've proven to be very, stand-up guys, stand-up girls, very loyal, that never stepped on my toes or anything. I never stepped on theirs, and that's the reason why. I mean, there's a lot of actors I know, but there's some I won't bother approaching, because I know they're only in it for themselves.
Right.
And I don't bother with those type of people.
Yeah.
These guys and these women that are part of the project right now, I love them. They're great people, and they're great actors, and they've always been, they know how to return. In other words, they know how to reciprocate.
Yep.
They don't just say, okay, thanks you and screw you, and
yep.
I'm not going to bother.
Yep.
When there's a lot of them out there like that.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, this is a very cutthroat type of business. And you just hope you keep the good people around you, and you hope that the good people stick around and follow. That's all we can do. So what is the name? Tell everybody the name of the group so that they can find it on Facebook.
Oh, it's easy. Destiny's the movie. Real easy.
And I think a lot of people joined it since when you were here last time, because we did announce it. So be sure to join that group so you guys can help support Nick's book becoming a screenplay. Very exciting.
Well, we're actually going to be We're going to be very soon, about another month, I think, towards the end of June, maybe beginning July. We're going to be putting out a little teaser.
Awesome.
Of the film, so
Cool.
you guys get a little bit of an idea, a little taste.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's always good. You want to get the momentum building. I mean, it's exciting. This has to be like an amazing, like, journey for you.
Yeah, like I said, I cannot. We're basically going to be attempting, when the time comes, to start the project as a theatrical release, trying to get it in theaters. That's what we're going to be, shooting for. Not straight to Amazon. We're not going to be dealing with Amazon or Netflix. We don't want to do that. We want to go to either like HBO, Showtime, things of that nature.
Okay.
And maybe theatrical release first, then go to those other networks. That's our kind of like basic plan.
Great. That's awesome. Well, it sounds very exciting. Michelle, good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let me see. I think Skycap is really, Skycap, I love you. You got a lot to say tonight. Awesome work, Nick, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you. Thanks much.
Yes, we appreciate that. Well, I don't know if is there anything else that you wanted to mention about the movie or anything else?
Well, we do have a casting page for the film. If anybody is interested that wants to be part of the project, you can find, I think, Destiny's casting page. I believe it's what it's called. People can post their, reels or whatever if they want to be part of it. I mean, we had some actors already post their IMDb page and stuff like that on the Destiny's the movie page, just to let us know that they're available, that they want to be part of it. But like I said, we're looking for more women than men now.
Skycap just said, "Ma, this is your chance." Put it up for me, Sky. That's so funny. Well, that's awesome. So, I mean, it's nice because it's coming from the ground up. So, Russell said, good luck to you, Nick.
Thanks, Russell.
And, so, yeah, I mean, look, it's exciting. I guess I'm glad I'm finally going to get to meet you.
Me too.
I know you couldn't make it to my birthday bash because it was Easter the next day for you guys.
That's right.
So now we made sure it wasn't Easter so that you could. And so for anybody that wants to get an autographed copy of Nick's book, make sure that you are there on June 5th so that you can meet Nick and get an autographed copy. Right? Sound good?
Right. Yes. Right. Everybody should come to the party. Yeah. Karen throws the best parties.
Well, I do actually, but no, we have fun. I mean, I don't know about you, but the older I get, the better I know how to enjoy myself, but the harder I have having a good time because, it's all about the element. It's all about the people you're around. I don't like to just go to random places and be around random people and listen to like shitty music and get food or, I don't, I mean, like, I don't know about you. I don't really go out often. And when I do go out, I really expect to I have high expectations.
Oh, you should. I agree with you. And you look like you're 25 anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, though. Yeah. No. I mean, and the last thing I want. I mean, no offense to the 25-year-olds, but I don't want to hang out with 25-year-olds. I want to hang out with people, my age. Of course, when it's funny because now that you're older, right? So even my DJ was like, "Oh, I got to slow the music down a little bit. These people gonna have a heart attack." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I mean, but it's true. You can see people sweating, whatever's going on. I mean, my feet were killing me. It was funny because we're all like, I mean, yeah, you don't realize it. You get older, you do need a freaking chair. Like there's no going out and standing for all that time. Although I do when I host events and stuff, but like you really want to sit down for a few minutes because it takes a lot out of you, but I've been dying to do events because I like to have fun and I like to be around good people. I like good music. I like good food, and I like good booze. So
there you go.
I mean, so I've been excited and wanting to do events because I missed it. I missed having fun. I missed being around good people. And people that are respectful of one another. Right? Even though a lot of the mandates have been lifted, even though things are much better, we still all need to be respectful of one another. And I think that as we grow older, every adult I've seen recently, it's like, can I hug you or can I say hello to you? It's a respect thing. Maybe you don't feel comfortable with me hugging you, and I'm okay with that, but it's all about like respect and knowing boundaries. And I think that as we get older, we learn that personal space is very important.
Well, the hugging thing is interesting because Greeks and Italians all do that all the time.
Yep.
So we're very used to that.
Yep.
And it's tough to be unaffectionate, so to speak.
Yep.
Because that's part of our culture. It's part of our, when we go to Greece or Italy, they kiss each other on the cheek.
Right. It's disrespectful if you don't.
Yeah. It's just part of the way we are.
Yeah.
And, it's hard not to do that.
Yeah.
It's really weird, but I guess like you said, it all depends on the individuals and how they feel. But one thing I would definitely mention that you're bringing up, Karen, is I think your events are all about positive energy more than anything else.
I try. And thank you for saying that. Yeah. I mean, all of the things we just mentioned are all just good. So what, like only good can come from that, so, I mean, I'm not always a freaking ray of light, but I try, and I think the world is filled with enough gloom and doom. I think that we all are trying to get out of our own heads these days. And some of us out of our own way. So, to be able to have an event where you can meet good people and there is a positive vibe there where everybody is just happy, I don't see how you can do better than that.
No. It's a win-win situation.
I think so.
Yes, definitely.
And Michelle said I look like a teenager. Michelle, you are my new BFF. A teenager. Yeah, okay. This must be like, do I have the Joan Collins lighting going on right now that I look like a teenager? I don't know how that happened, but it's all good. But yeah, you definitely need to bring us out the books and stuff so you can sign. Keep us updated, I guess, as we get closer. And once your little teaser comes out, you will share it with us, so we can see it. So you guys will all know the movie I'll be starring in.
Hey, look, you never know, Karen.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something. You're damn right. You never know. The life I'm living right now, I would have never known I was going to be living. So I believe that everything and anything is possible 1,010%. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. So I want to say thank you, Nick, for reaching out so that we could do this fun show tonight. Tell everybody about your book, Becoming a Screenplay. Hopefully for us to see soonish.
Yes, exactly.
And we look forward to seeing you on June 5th as well. And anybody that wants to meet Nick in person and get an autographed copy of his book, come on June 5th. And when Nick goes off, I will give you guys more information, but I don't want to drive him too crazy.
No, not at all. It's all good. Thank you.
So I'm glad that, we made nice with the computer and you were able to make this work. I'm sorry for the frustration prior. Your computer just doesn't like us. Your phone likes us. Your computer does not like us.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know.
I know. You know what? It's okay. You just go with what works. That's what
yeah,
counts,
exactly.
Right? So a lot of people on the feed are saying congratulations to you and thank you for coming on the show, Nick.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. So we will see you June 5th, sir.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right. I can't wait.
Me too.
I can't wait for all my fat, make me fat Greek desserts. They're good for you though, right? They're healthy. It has honey. It has nuts.
Very healthy. Ton of sugar.
Oh, God. I'll be working out like an animal the next week, but it's all worth it. That stuff is good, so I will take that.
Okay, you got it.
All right, Nick. I will see you soon, okay? I'll see you June 5th.
Very good. Thank you.
Bye, sweetheart.
Oh.
Ciao, ciao. All right, you guys, are you with me? You still here? Okay. So, he's such a doll. If you've made it this long, no. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not sure where the hell everybody is tonight. My Tuesday night shows were really much busier than we are today, but that's okay. I see you, Maria. All right, so do not forget, you guys, because we need to get these tickets going. Okay, let me see. Here it is. SkyCap did it for me. And tickets for June 5th, yes. Venmo at Karen Stacy and Cash App Real Talk Karen Stacy. Don't forget, June 5th at Sir John's in North White Plains. It starts at 7 p.m. It goes until 1 a.m. We have a full dinner. We have our DJ. We have raffles. We have giveaways. And we have surprises. And as you know now, we have our author, Nick Christophers, who will be there with his books. He will be signing them for you. So you got to come. Honestly, there's quite a number of lives on Tuesday nights for some reason. Well, you know what? I've been on Tuesday nights for 3 years, so my listeners should still be here with me. And the lives that are on is music. We can hear music all the time. You can't get a talk show all the time. So people are missing out. What could I tell you? But Lala, I know you're 100% right. So I love you guys. I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in to Real Talk with Karen Stacy. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for Coffee Talk with Karen. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to join my groups. Don't forget to get your tickets. Yada, yada, yada. Karen is like music in our ears. Oh, Maria, you're such a sweetheart. All right, I'm going to play you guys my video as I muzzy on out. So I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Here we go.
Do you know who I am? I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. And guess what? We're doing another event. So if you missed the last one, you better get to this one. June 5th, 7 p.m., Sir John's in North White Plains, where the old school people know how to party. $50 for dinner, DJ, giveaways, raffles. Great fun, great music. Bring your dancing shoes and let's do this, baby. Get your tickets now.